Hold up. What's up, everybody? It's Dakota Storms coming in with another weather update, along with everything else that needs to be talked about. This will probably be a little bit of a shorter stream today because I got to get gas, and gas isn't too far from my current location. So yeah, I don't expect this one to be a very long stream at all. It'll be a little bit of this, a little bit of that type of deal. Just a here now type of stream. That didn't make sense, but yeah, it's all good. Probably gonna be starting with work tomorrow, and yeah, it'll be fun. Get back to work and get back in that groove. Technically, I've been like unemployed for like a year, which is insane and very depressing. So it'll take a bit to get back into the oh shit, I gotta work, that mentality. Um, that's odd. Speed limit. I've never seen that. They have road work and they got the speed limit higher than usual where the road work is. So that's interesting. I'll drive around a little bit because I don't want my stream to be 2 minutes long. Oh, I probably turned this down. I don't want my stream to be 2 minutes long. So I'll drag it on a little bit, but I cannot go nothing crazy, I'd say. Uh, yeah, it'll probably just be a couple more minutes of a stream. Probably a top 10 shortest stream unless the engagement starts to go crazy. So I don't even see anybody in here yet. I understand it's kind of late at night. Oh, there we go. I see two people in here. So what's up, everybody? I know it's kind of a late night stream, but I do want to stream it today just so I don't miss it because I will forget if I don't do it right now. But yeah, I'll probably be posting a video probably tomorrow if I remember, or even the day after tomorrow. One of those two. I was not supposed to turn here. Hold up. So you guys be looking forward to that. What's up, Crystal Hernandez? How are you doing? But yeah, so that video will probably be up tomorrow or something like that. And I was actually at Walmart for about an hour, 15 minutes or so. And I gotta say, it's for probably one of the reasons I've ever been at Walmart. Do I got a speaker? No. I have a feeling my quality is terrible again. Sometimes that happens. But yeah, so I was at Walmart, right? And I was there for about an hour, 10 minutes. And basically, what I was doing the entire time was looking through cookbooks, finding the best recipes, and taking pictures of them. So I don't want to actually buy the whole cookbook because most of it, I feel like it's just going to be some mumbo jumbo. And so I did it the smart way, and I took about, 15 pictures of a bunch of different cookbooks, and I got the best ones. And am I going to cook them? Probably not. Probably not. But my dad really likes to cook. So, yeah, he'll be happy with me because I'll get him more recipes, and I'll be happy because I get to eat them. But here's my thing. Crystal Hernandez says that they just subscribed. I really appreciate you, Crystal. Really helps the channel out a lot. On the road to 400 or 350. I don't know which the road is yet, but we're on a road. I just which one yet. But I don't know. Just constant flow as much as I can get. Anyway, yeah, I took multiple pictures, and yeah, I feel good about them. Just anything that looked really good, I took pictures of it. Also ones that sounded like decently easy, I took pictures of because I'm a absolutely horrible cook. Cooking must skip a generation. in family because my mom and my dad are good cooks, and then I'm a horrible cook. But actually, that's true because my older sister's a good cook too. So it just skips the oldest son every generation, I guess, or every other generation. Which is still not true because both my grandpa. Okay, I don't know. I'm just a horrible, horrible cook, and I want to change that. Um, I want to start cooking some real good stuff, and so that's what I want to try to do. So I'm taking pictures of all these different type of recipes, and I'm gonna try to do them. Hope it goes well. What's up, Ethan Polick? Right now, I'm just talking about my strategy at Walmart, where I basically, instead of buying cookbooks, I just take pictures, the highlights that I want to read and perform. But it's not just cookbooks. I do that with other books too. Now, technically, it's not stealing. It's not stealing technically, because you're not actually stealing the product. You're just taking pictures of everything you want to see. So I don't know. I don't think you could even get in trouble if Walmart seen you doing it or something. But even with like sports magazines, I never like almost actually buy the sports magazine. I just take pictures of all the pages that I'm interested in, like my teams, and stuff like that. And I think that's the smarter way to do it, because when you buy a whole magazine, um, you're probably not gonna read the whole thing. You're just gonna read your favorite parts, the parts you find most interesting, and that applies with everything. Now, a whole book, you're gonna just say, because my phone runs out of storage, and I can't take a picture of every single page. If I could, I would absolutely, absolutely, but I can't. So I usually just buy books. I do buy books. I like to buy books for sure, but I'll probably end the stream in roughly 2 minutes. So yeah, obviously, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to shoot it down below. Also, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I should get those two groups out of the way. I seen one person, at least one person did subscribe, and that was Crystal Hernandez. So I appreciate you, Crystal. And if there's anyone else who subscribed or liked or commented, appreciate everyone else too. But yeah, that doesn't mean I'm ending the stream right now. That sounds like an outro, but I'm not ending the stream yet. But I usually like to get it right to 10 minutes. I don't know why. Just the four numbers look so much better to me. And so that's probably what I'm going to try to do. Because I feel like just 8 minutes is a really, really short stream. But I did just lose all my viewers, though. So if I don't see anybody like within the next 20, 30 seconds, I'll just probably end it. Because, like I said, I just don't really, I'm not a huge fan of just like sitting here talking to myself if no one's listening. You know what I mean? It just like seems like just kind of a waste of time a bit. Obviously, maybe there will be people that rewatch later or something like that. But for me, it's just like, yeah, it is what it is, that type of deal. Also, here's another thing. I know I usually like to do 10:40, 10:40 right now for me, and I'm in Mountain Time, so I think that's the least common one in the United States. But yeah, that's where I'm at. But oh yeah, here's what I was saying. I know I have done a couple food reviews before, and I had the opportunity to do it the other day. I went to Taco John's and I got four crispy tacos, and then I got potato olays with this Fiesta dip sauce. And I just didn't do a review because I don't know. I don't know why I didn't. It just I just was really hungry, so I just wanted to eat it. And I figured, I'm sure everybody has had tacos before from Taco John's. So I didn't. But if I can do a really quick review because I still remember how the food tasted, it was good. It was pretty good. I always put spicy sauce to every single thing, so I like the Fiesta sauce for the potato olays. I think potato olays are really good, but if you give them a sauce to dip with it, brings the potato olays to another level, honestly, in my opinion. So I think that sauce was huge for it, that spicy sauce, and then obviously for each one of my crunchy tacos, I put some of that spicy sauce, spicy hot sauce, I think it is. But yeah, I would say Taco Bell, their Diablo sauce is immaculate. So I would try that out sometime. If you're at Taco Bell, get that Diablo sauce and put it on your taco. Beautiful stuff, and it is pretty spicy. It is. Um, but yeah, I do really love spicy food. I may have talked about it before. I haven't done a 300 subscriber special. I just realized that I haven't done a 300 subscriber special yet. So I still gotta think of what I gotta do for that. Something that would be good, but nothing insanely crazy. I need like one Taco Bell Diablo sauce per bite. Oh yeah, I usually put 2 to 3 per like. I got a taco, right? I'll put 2 to 3. Um, because I really love to really lather things up in sauce, and because it adds so much more flavor, and so especially with like tacos. See, my thing is, I think I love spice because it adds like an extra dimension, you know. Because like you have flavors, you got salty, you got sweet, but spicy is like a different type. You know, it kind of like activates a different part of you. I don't know, maybe like adrenaline, maybe I don't know. But I love spicy stuff. I'm not the greatest with handling it, honestly. Like whenever I do like dumb spicy things, like just eat hot peppers or really hot chips. Um, and I'm not talking just those Carolina Reaper or Ghost pepper chips. I don't really find those to be very hot. Um, but I don't know. It's just like every time I have a chance to get something spicy, I will get it at a restaurant or if I'm at a store. I don't know. It's just kind of addictive. I don't know why, but I'm pretty addicted to like spicy foods. And then Crystal Hernandez says, "You're not the only one. I always love spicy stuff." Yeah. See, like I think it's a very common thing. That's why you see everywhere. While like tons of brands have like flaming hot versions of their regular stuff. You know, whether it's cheese, whether it's Lay's, whether it's I don't know, Takis. You know, and I will say most of the time those snacks I do not find to be very hot at all. Um, Takis can get decently hot, but don't consider them to be really like that spicy. Just the way I see it. Obviously, if you have enough of them, it will end up getting pretty spicy. But if you're eating like a normal amount, like I don't know, 2 handfuls or 3 handfuls or something, I don't think it impacted that much. I know some people will be sweating a ton, or some people will be impacted even less than me. But yeah, I love like put myself to the test a little bit with spicy things. Hottest thing I think I've ever had was the one chip challenge. Without a not even I think I know that thing was horrible. That was like a whole new world, insanity, like pain. Unbelievable stuff right there. And then another thing that's pretty hot is those blazing wings from B Dubs. I think my record is 6 or 7. But yeah, I had liquid, 100%. I had milks by me, so I can't even claim to say that I did not have milks with me, and that was hot. Those were pretty hot. I believe it was 6 that I have, and I've had hot sauces before, several of them, and just put like a spoonful of them. The scorpion pepper one is I can't remember what it's called, but it's a scorpion pepper one. That one's pretty hot. I've tried multiple peppers. One was called a Ojo de Mutum. I think about 300, 400,000 Scoville. I've had habaneros, jalapenos. I've had. Um, I don't think I ate the whole thing, but I had part of the Trinidad Scorpion Marugo pepper. I didn't eat much of it because that thing looked vile. And it was hot. It was very hot. What other peppers have I had? I had a Carolina Reaper, but I was too scared to eat it, and eventually it went bad. And I still regret not taking a bite out of it at least, or just a little bite, just to say I have. That was. I'll have to get another one when it comes. And then Crystal Hernandez says every time I go somewhere, HEB somewhere, and see new spicy stuff I haven't tried, I just grab it and buy it and try it. Yeah, and see, like I feel like most of the time though, the spicy sauces that are supposed to be really spicy aren't that bad. Now again, if you drink the whole bottle, you're gonna be in hell. But just like nobody's gonna do that, you know.
most of them usually taste kind of gross too. I don't like hot sauces usually. Anyway though, yeah, just like most of the time you just take a spoonful and dip it in it. I feel like these sauces are usually intended to have like you're supposed to dip like chicken with them or something to get rid of the spice a little bit. But personally, I usually just drink the sauce, and I'm not trying to like crazy or anything, but it's just like for me, I just want to develop my spice tolerance a little bit better, and so that no matter what I eat, I can just kind of like feel good about it. Um, but yeah, I really love spicy stuff, and I think I'll always kind of be like that. And I love different types of challenges, like sour candy too. I That's another thing is I feel like sour is one of the hardest like senses to actually feel something. You know what I mean? Like spicy, you're gonna feel pain if it's really hot. You're gonna feel pain. You're gonna feel a lot of different things at once. But like sour, it's like I've never actually had like my face contort because something was really sour. Like I've never actually been that challenged by something that was sour. Like I've thrown in multiple of them supposedly extremely sour toxic waste or whatever. I've thrown in multiple of them into my mouth at one time, and I don't know. It just I didn't like my face didn't contort. It was sour, but it wasn't anything insane. Now I do want to try. It's called like a Black Death candy. Um, those are said to be the most sour candy in the world, and I would love to try it honestly because I feel like if there was actually something that was sour enough to actually make me pucker, I think that's the right word. Like contort your face and I don't know, make a face pretty much. I would love it. I love that. But unfortunately, I've not found anything like that yet. I have heard something like you can just straight up take like citric acid or something and eat it. Um, but that concerns me because eating acid, the word eat and the word acid in the same sentence kind of scares me. Um, because if someone's just like messing with me, then and I just eat acid, then that would be bad. Um, yeah, and this has definitely been a lot longer of a stream than I anticipated for sure. But I still see people popping in, so I'll probably go to the 20, 21, 22 minute mark because yeah, I still got to get gas before I go home. So unless I just leave this on while I get gas and then lose all my viewers too. I mean, it's a horse. Um, if anyone has a suggestion, if I should leave this on while I get gas, put it down in the comments below, and then maybe I don't know, figure something out. Cause yeah, whoa, I can stream like on my home too. Um, but if there's nobody in here, then I'll just like listen to music. So that's the dilemma that I'm currently in. So I'll figure it out though. But probably at that 21. To be honest, I don't really want the stream to end. Okay. So if that's the case, so I got one person saying they don't want the stream to end. So basically, what I'll do is, yeah, and I keep getting people peeking in here. I don't know. This is not common for me to keep getting people peeking like up to 12, and then down to like 5, up to 14. So I really appreciate it. I love to see people pop up here, especially that it's like so late at night. Like there's some times that it's not even the same day. Like there's some time zones where it's 12:50 right now. So that is really interesting to me that somebody probably watching me at like 12:50 in the morning. So, appreciate it though, 100%. But yeah, I'm gonna probably get gas in a minute. I'll probably keep the stream running though, unless I get back and see that nobody's in here. But yeah, I'll be gone for 1 or 2 minutes, and if you guys want to shoot down chats while I'm gone, I can absolutely read them when I come back too, and commentate on everything. But I'm just trying to figure that if somebody wants to get gas and then I'm just sitting here, in someone's spot, that would be annoying. So, I've already been sitting here 20 minutes, so I'll probably get some gas. I might even get a drink too, because my tongue is like starting to like. I feel like it's starting to foam. It's so dry. I've been talking for so much, and yeah, and yeah, I'll talk about more stories in a bit here. Um, whatever comes up. So, but yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you guys can. I'll be back in a minute. I just got to get some gas put into my vehicle so I don't have issues. So I'm gonna leave this right here. If you guys got to go, completely understand, but it'll probably be 3 or 4 minutes. So if you want to grab a snack, grab a drink, and go ahead and do so. So I'll be back. Easy. There's still 9 people in here. Thank you for everyone who's been sticking through. Filling gas right now. So I'll have to grab that again in a second. But on the drive home, I can get back to bit. See, like my tongue is so dry, I'm stumbling on the words. But unfortunately, I couldn't find anything that looked appealing in there. So you probably start hearing like a slight lisp pretty soon because my tongue is really, really like deprived of nutrients. I don't know. But yeah, it was funny. I actually seen somebody in there I haven't seen in probably 5 years. 5 years, I'd say. see. Okay, gas is getting ready here, so I'm gonna be right back. All right, I'm back again, and now I'm on my way home. And so when I'm on the way home, yeah, this is a little bit of a. I have a funny feeling this will be my most viewed stream of all time, and I kind of find that hilarious because this is a very, very random stream. This is like I said, some people it's like 1 a.m. in the morning, and the fact that this could be the most viewed stream I've ever had is kind of nuts. So I'd love if it is though. I'd love it. My phone's getting pretty low on percentage, so hopefully it hangs out so it doesn't die on me. So, but you know what? Here's what I'm gonna throw for a little bit here. I'm gonna talk about NBA playoffs. I don't know if any of you guys are fans of the NBA or anything like that. Fan of sports? I don't know, but I'm gonna still talk about it because I've been really getting into basketball for sure. And there's one player in specific that I want to talk about a lot. And my disgust for this player has gotten so much that it's like my whole Instagram algorithm. See, I can't talk because my tongue is so like dry. Anyway, sorry. Um, my whole Instagram algorithm is just flooded by the dude, and yeah, 11:58. Yeah, that's crazy. I find that crazy. There's some people that are not sleeping because they want to watch me. Maybe I don't know. Either they're watching me or they're looking for an excuse not to go to bed, or maybe they're going to bed to me. I don't know. But yeah, I find that to be really really interesting, honestly. But yeah, this one player I've left you guys in suspense for like 20 seconds now. That's Shea Gilligas Alexander. My talking quality is going to be pretty bad for the rest of the stream. I'm just going to be honest. I don't know. Maybe I need the water is like crucial, I guess, to my speaking. But anyway, hopefully that's the last interruption. But yeah, uh, Shea Gilligas or Shea Gillis, I don't know his name. Shea Gilligas Alexander, SGA. I'm gonna just say SGA. That's his nickname. He makes me mad. I'll be honest. He does. Now I'm biased because I'm a Nuggets fan. But even then, I hate when players flop. I hate it. And I know probably almost every player does it, but you can't tell me that Shea does not do it more than everyone else. Now, it could just be a part of my agenda because that's all I've been seeing on my Instagram because I keep watching it because I want to see all of his egregious flops. Um, but it makes me so mad because I know a lot of people are in there saying, they sit there and say, well, who cares? It's a flop is not going to make a difference between a game. And I 100% disagree, because I feel like some of the, especially with the Nugget series, almost with the exception to like four, but like there's 3 or 4 games that were super, 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 super close. And I wholeheartedly agree, or I wholeheartedly believe that Nuggets would have won those if Shea didn't have so many free throws. And now I know there's going to be some people out there that's going to be well, Jokic he flops too. Well, here's the thing. Here's the difference. Jokic, I believe, was almost flopping in spite of Shea. That's what he does. Because if the refs are going to call that, then he takes advantage of like, well, okay, well they're calling the whistle for him, I'll flop too. And Jokic does not get nearly as many whistles. If best argument I've heard is great defender Alex Caruso, right? Um, but he does a lot of holding. He does a lot of like grabbing a little bit, shove. If they did that on Shea, he'd do his little, flops,
and he could end up at the free throw line, right? And every other play that doesn't apply for some reason. So it's kind of an agenda, and I was so sad to see that Shea won the MVP for this year. I was a little bit sad. I knew he would win it, but I was still kind of hoping that Jokic would pull it off. Because if we're being honest, if Jokic has not won MVP before, he would easily win this one. It wouldn't be close. Um, I would say the finals would be like 93 for Jokic and then 7 for Shea. I'll still give Shea credit because Thunder were the number one seed. He is a good player. I'm not trying to say he's trash. Uh, but is he as good as Jokic? No, he's not as good as Jokic. Uh, Crystal Hernandez says, I think I'm the only one in here. My thing is saying 5, but there's probably definitely been moments where you have been the only one. And now my screen is dark. Hold on. Yeah, you guys won't be able to see me for a minute because the street lights are gone because I'm on my way to the country. But trust me, I'm still here. Just listen to my voice. Maybe it'll just be like an audio podcast for a minute here, like a podcast. There we go. Um, but yeah, that's a little bit of my NBA ramble. Also, in other news, Knicks and Pacers game. I don't know if there's any NBA fans in the chat right now, but um, I didn't I didn't get to watch the game. I'll be honest, I didn't get to watch the game, but I did get to see the ending. And holy shit, guys, what a insane game! I wish that Halliburton was just like an inch back so that it could have counted as a three because that would have been one of the most iconic game winners. But let's be honest here. Let's be really honest. Aaron Gordon's game winner, actually, it's close. Uh, both are very insane. But I would say Halliburton's is a lot more lucky, because Halliburton's are that bounce was a lucky bounce. It could have bounced anywhere. But the fact that it bounced that high and went in, that's nuts. That's one in a million. That's not going to happen again. Same with Gordon though. The retrograde or retro. See, that's what I mean. When my tongue gets really dry, I start to stutter, and then I start to like fumble on my thoughts too. So like I don't know, dehydration of the brain too, I guess. Um, but yeah, retrograde. I said it again. Retro game says hi. What's up, retro game? There we go. But yeah, I'd love if I could make a way so that you guys. There we go. You guys can see me a little bit. Looks extremely grainy and the quality is horrible, but for those who still want to see my face, there you are. You can still see my face a little bit. Got my turn coming up here. The roads are finally drivable for my car, which is sick, honestly. Because for a while I had to drive my dad's pickup because the roads were absolutely terrible because we got so much rain. Um, I'd say roughly six total rain in like the last week or so. I'd say roughly like 6.3 inches, and that's a lot. That's a absolute ton. Um, right now, if you look around the country, there's so many big puddles because there comes to a point where it just stops soaking into the ground, wanting for the actual runoff. And for that first system, farmers were probably thrilled because there was only a reported of 1% runoff from the rain. So that means 99% of it went and sunk into the ground. And that first system, we had a total of about 4 inches. It's very close to 4 inches. So that's sick. You know, that will result in millions of dollars for these farmers, especially because we were in such a bad drought. And from that system where we got 4 inches, I guess that was more rain than the previous 9 months combined. So we were in a really bad drought. So I'm looking forward to see what this rain did to help our drought conditions, honestly, because I have a feeling we'll have no more drought outlook anymore. So that's sick. But
I do find it kind of interesting and funny that I said earlier that this stream was probably going to be one of my shortest streams. I did say that earlier, early into the stream, about minute 30 in, or 2 minutes, 2:30. I said this is probably going to be one of my shortest streams of all time, and yeah, that has not shaped out to be what it is. But that's what I mean. My streams are pretty much oriented on how much activity is in the streams. You know what I mean? I think I got one person. I'm gonna guess it's Crystal Hernandez. That's my guess. Shout out to Crystal, by the way. I don't know if it is you, but she's been in the stream pretty much the whole time from the start. So that's more than 30 minutes. So shout out, and shout out to everyone else who has been in the stream today. Um, really means a lot to me. Spending a random Wednesday night slash Thursday morning, just listening to my voice and seeing what I have to say means a lot to me. So yeah, now we're up to four again. Yeah, I was right about Crystal Hernandez. Yeah, she's been sitting here throughout the whole time. So yeah, once again, really appreciate it. Yep, here's where the roads get really, really, really bad and kind of bumpy. So you'll probably not only will you hear my voice slightly lisping because I'm so thirsty, you'll hear my voice getting like bumpy sometimes. So where's the weather at? It's just dark, honestly. So there's not really much weather right now. So like if you're looking for storms and whatnot, we actually are in a break for storms, and yeah, it'll just be like slight risks, marginal risks, and every now and then we'll probably get an enhanced risk. But my region specifically is supposed to be dry and warm, drier and warmer than average for the next bit here. So I don't really see any big storm systems coming in to impact my area. No big soaker systems again, or anything like that. And when I get home too, I'm gonna have to let my dog out. So I have to remember to do that. I won't forget because it's just hard to forget because I'll see them. So. But yeah, now okay, that's insane. We're back up to six, which is insane to me. Again, I really, really appreciate it, but I no doubt in my mind this will probably be the most viewed stream I have of all time, and that is so weird to me because it's not like I'm doing anything crazy. You know, I'm just legitimately just driving around and talking. So the fact that I've had so many views on this stream is kind of amazing to me. But yeah, once again, really really appreciate it. You know, I expected this stream to max out at like a total of maybe 30 viewers, but I think right now, if I had to make a rough estimate, I'd say I've probably seen a total of like 100 people, which is again crazy. Here's another thing I'll talk about here for a minute. Here, I'm almost home, but I can talk about this. I've been watching a show on the Netflix, wow, on Netflix that I'm sure everyone has heard of, but maybe they have not watched, and I'd love to recommend it for everyone if they have not watched it. It's called The Witcher. It's got Henry Cavill. Everybody probably knows him as Superman, and I'd highly, highly, highly recommend it. Very interesting. I fell asleep watching it. Now that sounds like a bad thing, but actually, this time that's a good thing. I fell asleep watching it. I was trying so hard to stay awake so I could keep watching, but I ended up falling asleep on the couch. That's a compliment in my opinion. There could be falling asleep during a show either means it's really really bad and boring, or it's really really good, and you stayed up so late that you fell asleep watching it. And that's what the type of show that The Witcher is. And let me talk about one more thing, because I'm almost at my house. I'll do a formal review probably tomorrow because I want a little more time to talk about it. But I seen a movie yesterday. Um, it was Final Destination Bloodlines. All right. Um, Now I want to start off with this. Great movie. Very, very, very good movie. If you're a fan of the Final Destination franchise, you're gonna love it. Um,
Here's what I would say about this: the Final Destination, Bloodlines. I'm a big fan of Final Destination movies. Most of the time, I'm I just watch the movies for straight up just the Rube Goldberg kills. That's my best way to explain it. Is it's like a Rube Goldberg project, right? If you guys aren't familiar, and it leads to the one goal. It's the dominoes. You know what I mean? Like a bunch of dominoes falling, but it doesn't have to be all dominoes. I hope that makes sense. But anyway, but yeah. So here's what I'll say about this. I'll do a non-spoiler review right now. I won't spoil anything. Now, again, if you're the whole story, Death is basically following the family or the characters, and it comes up with creative ways to kill them. Right now, I will say this: in terms of story, this was the best one in my opinion. Uh, I think this had the best story of all the Final Destinations, and it really got you. It really kept you guessing. It really um, threw you off a little bit on some parts because they intentionally do that too, and I love it. There's one character, I'm not gonna say which one. You're gonna know when if you watch this, but you're like just waiting for this character to die because it's just like this character is making risky behavior, and you know of this curse. This is probably if you're going to the movie, you've probably seen a Final Destination movie before. Probably, I'm making assumptions, but and then something completely opposite happens, and you're just like, wait a minute, that's not supposed to happen. And then other things get revealed. I'm not gonna say why. Love that. And the story was just really good. Um, basically, I'll summarize it a little bit. Um, can I do it without spoiling anything? I'm not going to summarize the story. A, because my phone's about to die. Two, or B, because I'll do that in a more extensive review tomorrow. Because yeah, I forgot that I'd seen it, and I definitely want to review it. Here's what I will say about it though: you're probably gonna have fun during the whole movie and find it to be really interesting. But the end, I was not a fan of. I kind of hated the end. Um, I have some specific theories about the end, but again, I can't mention it because that would be spoilers. But here's what I'll say. I think the end is not really what it seems. I'll say that. It seems like it's very cut and dry. It could be that, but I have a feeling that the end is actually not. That's not actually the case. You know what I mean? You'll see if you watch the movie. I think the end was way too abrupt to actually be the end. So that's all I'll say about that. I'll respond to retro game. You've probably been patiently waiting for a couple minutes here. Do you chase tornadoes? Um, kind of. I haven't been able to chase a tornado yet. I've been in a tornado, but I haven't really been able to chase a tornado yet. I've been chasing storms, and I have not found a tornado yet. Mostly because it's regional North Dakota, and two because I haven't really been able to go really far yet. The furthest I've went for a storm chase is about 100 miles, and I was so sad because there was a bust. It was an absolute bust. There wasn't even a severe storm warning. So yeah, I was devastated, and hopefully next time it's not like that. But yeah, I'd say I'm a tornado chaser, but I haven't been able to chase a tornado yet. So technically, am I not a tornado chaser? It's up to your interpretation, honestly. But yeah, I like to be a tornado chaser. We'll put it that way. But okay, yeah. So you have been sitting through waiting for that. Sorry about getting sorry brain aneurysm, not aneurysm, delay. I'll just say brain delay. Sorry about the brain delay. Um, I can't even think what I was gonna say. Something, but yeah. Oh yeah, I got so distracted about the Final Destination movie talk. But here's what I'll wrap up with Final Destination Bloodline review here.
I'll give a like I said, I'll give a much more extensive review tomorrow, plus spoilers tomorrow, plus my theories about the end. But I'll say it off like this: if you're a fan of the Final Destinations series, you're gonna love this. And if they return to form, it is very, very, very good. Very good. And if you're not a fan and you're going into this completely blind, you don't really know the plot, you're gonna love it too. This movie is honestly for everybody. It's been, I think, 14 years they've done their last movie, and it feels so good. Obviously, I didn't watch the movies when they were released because I would have been like 5 or 6, but I was like probably 15 when I watched them. So it's so cool. And I will say, um, here's what I will say too. If you are a type of person who gets I don't know, queasy by like blood or like gore, you might just want to be ready for this movie because it is actually very, very gory. A lot more than you'd expect, honestly. I mean, obviously it's a Final Destination movie, expect it, but even more than what I expected. Like some of the deaths actually got me to cringe a little bit. Not cringe because it was bad, but cringe because it was kind of like gross. It was very like yucky. I don't know how to explain it. Yucky is the best word I can think of to explain some of these Final Destination deaths. It just like makes you shiver a little bit, shiver down the spine. The reason why I would consider Final Destination deaths to actually kind of be a little bit more like queasy sometimes is because yes, they're not really realistic, but they kind of are, Now these things, like almost every trap that they have or connect or conniption, I think that's a word that they have, that's never going to happen because they have all these protocols and precautions in place. But still, just the thought that it like theoretically could happen is crazy. And a lot of the kills do not go extremely overboard with gore. So like that's what makes it more effective. That it's very, very, very gory, but it's not like everyone's blowing up and just blood splatting everywhere and they're just getting contorted. It's very like precise kills. I don't know how to explain it. Very just like it makes you like I don't know recoil a little bit is the best way I can explain it. And this movie is loud. That's another thing. This is a loud movie, so there's some jump scares a little bit, and yeah, expect to jump a little bit. It's not like jump scares like there's a ogre that jumps out and gets you or something. It's not like that. Just like some of the kills or things that happen, they play loud noises with it and suspenseful music, and it gets you I don't know shiver down the spine and makes you jump a little bit. So yeah, and overall, if I had to give a out of 10, I want to get this to 15 minutes, so I'm gonna do that. If I'd give this movie out of 10 overall everything, I'd give it like a. I'll get real specific. Give it like a 7.8. 7.8. Now, if the ending was different, I'd give it much higher, but I was not a fan of the ending. And once again, I have theories that the ending wasn't as it seems. And if I'm right about my theory, this movie definitely goes up to like a 8.7, 8.8. But if the movie ended and that is actually how it ended, yeah, then it's like a 7.7, 7.5. But with that being said, it's been a great stream, guys. It's been a long stream. I guess to other standards, like actual streamers, probably would be considered a very short stream. But for me, this is considered a decently, not even decently. This is one of my longest streams. Um, but yeah, once again, I just want to shout out to everybody who's been in the stream chatting. So if I can get this done before my phone dies, that'd be great. So I'm gonna shout out to everybody who's been chatting. Shout out to Crystal Hernandez. Shout out to Gracie42. Uh, Shout out to I don't know what to talk about. Shout out to Ethan Pollock. Shout out to Retro Game. And shout out to everyone else who maybe wasn't commenting, maybe they were liking, subscribing, or just listening. But yeah, once again, I'll be live tomorrow. And basically, my number one plan is to give a full review on Final Destination Bloodlines, and then I'll probably do another stream or continue the stream and just basically talk about everything else. But with that being said, guys, once again, it's been a great, great, great stream, and I hope to see you guys in there tomorrow. But I gotta let the dog out before I go to bed. So I'll see you guys later. My phone's about to die, and thanks